Hey everyone! So I was interested in how many products I've hit pan on. So I just recently filmed my first Project 10 pan video, and I was like, I wonder how many items in my makeup collection I've actually hit pan on. So I went through and got all the items, and I thought that it would be a fun video to share and to film. So I actually haven't hit pan on that many items. Yeah, I tend to kind of use like the same types of items again and again and again. And a lot of my items that I have hit pan on, especially the eyeshadows, are all very similar. So I sort of gravitate towards certain colors and types of products, and those are the ones I get the major pan hitting use out of. So I'm going to go over these now. So the first I'm going to go over the eyeshadows. And this is the Tarte NeutralEYES Volume 2 Natural Eye Palette. And I've only hit pan on one of the colors, and I'll show you the palette. Okay. So obviously, if you can see, the first shade here, and this is Matte Soft Beige, I've hit just a pin drop of pan. I actually hit pan on this, I think this week. It's either this week or last week, just super recently. It was super exciting. It was like, I've hit pan. I've had this palette for about 2 years, and to finally hit some pan was super exciting. So that is that. So that's just the Matte Soft Beige is just a matte, obviously. The Tarte names are just very like basic, like descriptive, not like super fun names, but obviously it's a Matte Soft Beige. Those are tend to be the colors that I use the most, are just light, easy to work with, all of the over the lid type of colors. So I hit pan with that one, and then I also hit pan. I also have the Naked palette, and my Naked palette is like really rough looking. I see other people's Naked palettes and videos, and they look so pristine and wonderful, but this is like felt fabric. It gets all sort of dirt like collected to it, and yeah, it has not looked good in a long time. But I've hit pan on 3 of the shadows in this palette, and it's the 3 first shades, the 3 lightest shades in this palette. And it's Virgin, which is just a very light, shimmery, kind of whitish color. I actually have it on my lids, all over my lids today. And then Sin, which is a darker, it's more of a champagne shimmery color. And then Naked, which is a light brown matte color. So definitely love these 3 shades, and I mean, you can really see a lot about my eyeshadow usage just by looking at this palette. For everyday looks, I always tend to go for very light eyeshadows. And then the Virgin shade, so I haven't actually used it all up, but obviously I've hit major pan on it. So I actually went out and purchased as a single eyeshadow in the Virgin shade. So I've also hit major pan on this, and you can see how much pan there is. So definitely love light colors. These are great for highlight colors, but I just like using them for all over the lid too. And then the last eyeshadow that I hit pan on is from the Naked 2 palette. So hit pan on this color, and this is Bootycall, it's very similar to Virgin. It's just very soft. It's a very like light, kind of whitish, shimmery color. And this one I've hit even more pan on. You can see like the edge is completely worn away. So yeah, light eyeshadow colors I can go through pretty quickly and are definitely my like go-to work appropriate, daytime, easy sort of color that I like to use. My next 2 products that I've hit pan on are both blushes. And blushes, for me, it's hard for me to go through blushes, and it's hard for me to hit pan on blushes. Just because I'm so pale, a lot of colors I just need to use the littlest amount of blush, otherwise it makes me look like I'm sick. So yeah, I've only hit pan on 2 of my blushes. The first one is Benefit Sugarbomb, and I've had this for almost 4 years, and you can see that it's the packaging. Yeah, it's the old packaging. Obviously, I've been using this a lot, and I've hit major pan. So the Sugarbomb one is the one with the triangles with the 4 different colors. So you kind of swirl your brush around, and it creates a nice, it's kind of a glistening, it's like a, I don't know, it's a little more bronzy. I don't really wear bronzer, but it kind of gives you that kind of glistening, nice look. I like it for fall time. It would be pretty in the summer too, but I've just been reaching for this a lot lately. But yeah, that's what that one looks like. And the second one that I've hit pan on is a favorite. It's NARS Orgasm. And I'll open this one so you can see my pan on here. Not a lot of pan. This is one that I've had, I don't know how long I've had this blush, but it was always, you know, it always gets like beauty awards, and it's a favorite of a lot of people. And it's supposed to be universally flattering. I think it's a little much for me personally. I haven't worn this in a long time, but you know, I went with the hype and I used it for a long time, but yeah, it's kind of just been sitting in my makeup drawer. And then the last 2 products that I've hit pan on are both powder, pressed powders. So the first one is kind of a sad story. So I just did my first Project 10 pan video, and I had a pressed powder. I had the Stay Matte by Rimmel pressed powder in that project. And I just had the product just on the rim. I had hit major pan on it, and major pan was showing. And I was actually applying my makeup today, and it actually broke. The powder broke, and I was trying to like sweep the powder into my sink, like the part that had broken, and then the whole thing fell apart into my sink. So yeah, so I have nothing left. I had hit pan on it as of before I put it on today. There's major pan that was hit, but now it's just empty. It's kind of sad because it was in my Project 10 pan, and I feel like, that's a little too easy of a way to get through a product just because it's broke and it fell into my sink and I can't use it anymore. But, you know, used up, so I will put that with my empties. And my last product that I've hit pan on is also another pressed powder. This is the Too Faced Primed and Poreless Pressed Powder. I use this as a purse powder. And you can see that I've hit major pan on this one as well. What I'm going to do with these are the only pressed powders that I have. I really prefer pressed powder over loose powder. I just find it easier. But I do have some loose powders that I should be using that I've been neglecting. So I think I'm going to try to use a loose powder in place of this powder and then keep this in my purse. Just because I like to have it in my purse just for like quick kind of touch-ups. Or I'm really oily prone, so it's nice having a powder in my purse. So anyway, those are all the products that I've hit pan on. This kind of shows me that I very much like certain sort of products and really use certain sort of products over others, but you know, maybe I should branch out more and use some of my other stuff. But anyway, that is it, and I would love to know what type of products you guys have hit pan on, and you can let me know in the comments below. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.